So yeah, there you go. So look, this is going to be mute. It's going to go, you know, it'll be fine in a couple of weeks. It'll be fixed, but it just shouldn't be released like that. I mean, it's not a me problem, is it? It's not a you problem either. It's a their problem. Really? $70? No. But it's all down to this amazingly modeled, study level 3D cockpit that allows you to really fly the 737 in your own home.
Nevertheless, brave danger, I fear, is training.
lots of random streams during the week. And I'll see you then, folks.
Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time.
We will certainly make the buttons a special goodbye there, folks. See what happens. The sea is climbing all over the place. So we're not crashing it, right, the buttons. It's time for us to sign off. So I think she wants to treat. Do you want to treat the buttons? Do you want to treat? Okay, just look at me until I actually get off the stage. Excellent, folks. Pleasure as always. You too. See you next
Good afternoon, good morning, or good night, wherever you are, everybody. Greetings and salutations to another day of Flight Simulator. I don't have my face on today. I haven't got my face on, and sorry about yesterday, folks. Yeah, so I wanted to plan something new today, but I have something, I'm trying to get some new interesting things happening. But welcome. We're going from Dublin to Edinburgh today in real world weather, real world time, you know. So that's what's going to happen today, and I'm looking for consistency in my training, you know. Yeah, there's the chap there, and we're in the cockpit. Cold and dark, folks. Yeah, in Dublin. So yes, so first of all, what I do is I like to get the sim flight plan set up, but why not kick off? No, let's get the flight sim started up here with regards to our flight plan. So we're going to go to sim brief, folks. We're going to go to sim brief. New flight. Give a bit of time to people to join us, you know. We're going from... No. New flight. Okay, there we go. Departing Dublin. We're going to go to Edinburgh, only because the weather looks kind of poor in Edinburgh, in the local area, in Europe here. Well, Europe's quite big, but it's the worst weather I could find. That's why, yes, I know. Yeah, that's what's happening. I'm looking for the worst possible weather I can find, so that's what we're going to do. I find it unusual. I'm looking up the camera here, but the camera's just a bit out today. Anyway, we're looking for Airbus A320. A320, there we go. No. This one. That's kind of important. And that's pretty much... Let's get rid of those two. Yeah, so that should do for now. Let's have a look at the route. Okay, so let's scroll down here. It's fun, actually, you know, now that we're up and running, I think. Or I'm up and running. Is that the first one that's selected? Okay, good. It wants us to take off runway... No. Oh, runway 16. Okay, and arriving in runway 6. So, okay. I hear producer buttons in the background here. Can you hear that? That means there's trouble ahead for me, folks. I do, however, have the buttons cam going. So, that's good. So, I'll just leave that there, and you can see my controls later on. There we go. There's producer buttons here to kick off some trouble. I'll queue up my checklist. I don't want that to happen. So, I'm going to take that away. She will do that. Yes, but you just be good there and be quiet, please, for the love of God. Yeah, so that's it. Runway 16. Let me just jot that down, folks. It's good to write things down. So departing of runway 16. And Edinburgh, we're coming in on runway 06. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So let's generate that, shall we? And see who we go. How we go, should I say? Right. As always, you know, don't get complacent now at this point, I'm saying to myself. Don't get complacent. Don't go rushing the checklist. So our flight plan's done. I'll put that down here, because we need to look at that. Actually, I'll put it over on the other screen here, so we can look at the... Yeah, this is the important bit, by the way, folks. We're going to flight level 25,000 feet. Right, 25,000 feet. Flight level 25. And our routing today is here. Let's start forward. I'm hoping these are in the computer. I Should be in the computer. Producer Buttons, would you please stop doing that, please? Would you stop breaking that bed that I paid for and it cost a lot of money? Producer Buttons, if you didn't do that, that'd be great. So just chill. No, Producer Buttons, please. You're not in the show. Like, it's just becoming more about Producer Buttons than anything else, isn't it, folks? Yeah, just looking for attention is what's happening there, folks. Okay, let's get some stuff and things happening here. Let's get the 2 batteries on. First thing you want to do is power. Now I can barely see it here myself. Power engine, battery 1, battery 2. We have external power available. Clink. I just put my headset on there, folks, so I can hear stuff and things. Whoops, that's me dropping my headset. Very unprofessionally today. I'm not quite. I couldn't come on yesterday. Probably you're going to ask, purely because something came up. That's what happened there. So I'm very infuriated because I'm meant to be streaming every day. There we go. Now I got my headset and I can hear things. That feels a little bit more normal. Okay, so actually let me get the comments up there, folks, before we power any more systems up. Let's get the YouTube chat up here. I can't leave our YouTubers out, folks. Oh no, sorry, Bob. No, sorry, Bob. So there we go. Okay, so there we go. Now I've got the chat up. And with us on YouTube at the minute, folks, is Clappy D. Evening to Clappy D and Roland Frank. Or Frankio. Greetings, how are you doing? And on Twitch there, we have Icebird for all. Greetings, Icebird. If your pre-flight preparation and studying your A320 would be great as your intro, you would be the king. Be good talk. Pre-plan preparation and study for your A320 would be great. As your intro, you would be the king. Yeah, I might change the intro. It takes quite some time, actually. But this intro that just came up, folks, it took the whole day. Well, it didn't do the whole. It took half a day. I exaggerate, but there's a lot in it. I just got up early. Just kick, a little sign off. Anyway, hello to Icebird. Okay, so let's start kicking things off here. So we're going to get the aircraft aligned with the nav. Oh dear. Now, control alt. It's very dark today in Ireland, I have to say, folks. Very, very dark. It's lightened up a little bit now, but it's very, very dull early this morning. I'm going to do it twice because then we won't have to wait the 9 minutes or so. There we go. So there is the nav aligned. And that's not broken. It's not broken because I just have to put the lights on. Yeah. Just haven't put the lights on is all, folks. That's all. Producer Buttons is settling in for a busy flight. Yes, she is. Right. Bright. Lots of lights and things everywhere, folks. There's another floodlight here. We need lots of lights because it's going to be quite bad. It's going to be quite dark in Edinburgh, especially because it's more northern, isn't it? Let's get some lights up here on. Now, there you go, folks. You can all see things and stuff. Now we're sucking decent, except for the first officer. There we go. There we go. So I was looking into the new 4090 cards. I'm not going to get one. I don't need to. I'll wait till the price comes down. But, if you've got 2080, that's fine. Realistically. You're more than enough, Unless you like having that frames per second saying 120. If you like that, that's fine. But it's not going to make any difference, I feel, to, to the frame rates. Because if you're watching TV or a film, 24 frames a second, 24 point something. That's what you're watching. And you didn't even know that. And everyone's going mad for frames per second. What is it with that? Thousands of viewers just so you can see that FPS going up. Now, it might make a difference for professional shooters on these games, but I don't know. I gotta wait. It's just too expensive. So I have to import from SimBrief, so we're gonna get our weather anyway from SimBrief. There we go. Happy days. Let's get the weather up here. Departing Dublin, yes, that's correct. And QNH is 1002. Low pressure, as I suspected, folks. Yeah, low pressure. All that soup comes in. Any bad clouds or any nonsense, it's going to be sucked into the centre of that low and spin around. Good-o. We get some mints. That's one way of looking at it, you know. Let's do the backup here as well. If it's there, let's use it. 1002. Oh, I do love QNH. Yeah, so that's the first bit. Okay, so wipers were off. I did check that before. Spoilers are retracted, yes, and let's just check all of this stuff here, because you know what happens with your controllers. Flaps are all good. Both engines masters are off. Parking brake is on. No, it was not, because that's the way I left it. Oh, what's going on here? I want to activate the parking brake. That ain't good. There we go. Flaps are up, and all switches are to normal, and gears down. Great. Okay, that's all that done. Flaps retracted. Anti-skid. We'll need those. You know, we'll need those. Landing gears down, and fuel quantity. That's fine. That's going to be on the flight plan. It's already loaded for diversion, etc. We might try diversion today if anyone's online to help us. Iceberg, you might just. I watched a video of it late last night. I couldn't sleep. I can't remember all of it. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so battery master 1 or 2. External power is on. Strobe lights onto auto. Strobe lights onto auto. I hope you're all doing well, by the way. I hope you're all doing well. ADRS is already aligned. That was those ones up here. That's, if you look that up, it's a whole subject on its own. It's a whole big thing. I could do the engine fire test and the APU fire test if I wanted to. Now this is a simulator, but it simulates everything. Now we can have failures on this, but if we had an engine, if that wasn't working, okay, this wasn't working, you got to get an engineer in and all that kind of crack, you know, in the real world. So it's we've got to think about our you know, all that kind of stuff. Safety belt sign on, and we're going to load up now. So let's have the belt sign on. There we go. No smoking. Yeah, no smoking. Flash forever. That's it. And we can test, of course, our annunciator lights, which keeps getting in my way over here of the dome light. So I've got to switch it off first. Now, or you might say, so you can test them all there and check that they're all on. You might say, anyway, bear with me. I'm kind of reading the checklist and talking at the same time, which is not a good idea. Flight plan, let's get that sorted. Okay, I know I have pre-GPS primary, thank you. I have nav acquired upgrade. I've acquired upgrade, and that's good. Right, so flight plan. Let's load that flight plan by going into init and edit request. Takes a second. Takes a second. In Austria, Iceberg. Oh, right, Iceberg, you're from Austria. Cool. How cool is that? Lonely Reapers with us, folks, on Twitch. Greetings to you. I haven't got my face today, Lonely Reaper. No face cam today. It will be on hopefully tomorrow or the day after. Cost index, I don't know. Let's go 40. Cruise is 25,000 feet. Now I want to try something. If I just put 250. There we go. Temperature looks about right. Happy days. So the flight plan's in. Is it? Let's get rid of that message. There's the flight plan. So we got discontinuity purely because we don't have a departure. So we're going to send in our departure. We're going 16. And it says on the flight plan. I can get it up here. I think for a Rotti V8M. Right, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for, folks. No. Please be there. Rotti P5. I don't know why it's different. ROT is there. 8M. There it is. ROTE. ROTE. It just has a V8M in the actual flight plan. So if anyone knows why that is, see here, ROTE 8M, but it doesn't have the V. What does the V stand for? Anybody? If you don't, let us know in the comments. But that's the one I'm going to choose. And that always seems to work for me. The closest one to it. You know. Let's insert that and see what it looks like. So what we're going to do to see what it looks like. There. Oh, there we are. It's there already. Look. Nice smooth line, and off we go. 616, that looks about right. 160. And I'm happy with that. Now the arrival, I look for a ton also 1E. This here. Also 1E. So let's go back to our flight plan. In fact, sorry, just hit in the destination here. Go to arrival. And we're arriving into, well, actually, I want to do, we're going in 06. So I want the ILS. Right, yeah, there we go. ILS. Will it give it to us? Will it be, I'm looking for T, so we're going to have to go all the way down. It does have ton SO to S1E. It just leaves the O. I wonder what the O and the V means. That's obviously a thing. Like maybe arrival and departure or something, you know? Just not exact what I expect to see is all. Okay, let's check that now, folks. Let's check it. We're in ARC, or let's go to plan mode. Plan mode. And let's go and see what we can see. Let's make sure it's all lined up and there's no discontinuities. Discontinuity just making, you know, your route is broken. The line is broken. You want a nice smooth line. Oh, zigzaggy. What's this business? But it's good. Let's zoom out a bit here. What's this? What's this nonsense? Why would we go all the way over here to come all the way back here? So what I might do on the way, I might go direct to maybe somewhere from here, direct to this waypoint. Or I'm going to delete these two. Okay? I'm going to delete those two. So let's just go back up here. I could get myself to do a thing here. So let's delete, is that TLA? TLA. TLA, clear. Boom. And the other guy? Tartan. Clear. Boom. Insert. Okay, it's got a flight plan discontinuity there. So let's clear him. Will that work? Yes. Let's see what happens here. Okay, now that's straight in there. That looks more efficient to me, folks. Yes, there is another one. Oh, that's the end of the flight plan. Okay, so now let's have a look. Let's see what we see. Oh. I'm going to go to the beginning here, folks. Let's see flight plan again. Boom, 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 boom. And there we go. Now, can I do that? You know, is that the right way to do it? Is that what you would do if you're flying on the Airbus? You know, that's the thing, folks. Just getting the Petrol Amiga here says probably vectoring you around a mountain. Good luck. Yeah, good point. Good point. You know, good point. So we can fix that. We're learning, folks, by doing this, right? Let's just do that because I just want to know how I can. It's all about add, amend, delete, folks. You're playing with stuff like this. So Perpetual Amiga is making a good point. So we might crash into a mountain, and that's probably why I didn't think of that. No, I did not. So let's go to flight plan. Let's go to our destination. Let's go to our arrival. And the only way I appear to do it is go to another one. Okay. And select it. And then go back again. And then go to arrival. So what ILS 06, isn't it? Yep. ILS 66. We are looking for ton. Yep. Let's see only boom. Okay, insert. And that's going to do that again. So that's how, you know, a little bit of a add and delete. Very basics of computers. Okay, so we're going to go with that, okay? Yeah, let's not stuff this up. Thank you, Perpetual Amiga. We hail you, as always. Okay, flight plan's good. RatNav is already going to have our instruments for on the way back. There's the ILS frequency. That's very handy. I did page 2, so we're going to get weight and balance now. Yes, it's not easy, is it? Well, it's not. It's easy now, but before, I don't know what was happening. Neither do anybody new coming to this, so it's actually just quite easy. I'm kind of talking and doing this at the same time. I'm going to instantly load. We've got 125 passengers. And we have our zero fuel weight at 56.9. I'm going to round that up. And 29.4. 56.9. 29.4. Let's double check that. 29.4 and 56.9. Good. 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 Pop that in there. Boom. Let's get in the fuel from our flight plan. It'll take a second, and it's going to put in our block fuel here, including our turn it, our holding time, etc., contingencies, and all that kind of stuff. And performance is the last one, so that's going to be our V-speeds and the trim setup. Okay, so that is out here. Yep. I haven't learned anything new for the sim. I've been busy. Things get in the way, folks. Things get in the way. So let's calculate everything. So we've got, we're actually going runway 16. I don't know if they use 16. Really. What to do? Good. Dry. Well, actually, the surface isn't dry. The thing is, okay, we'll go. It's a dry surface. In fact, let's go wet surface. I'm really sure it's wet in Dublin. Although it's not raining. It doesn't seem to rain, you know. It did rain quite a bit. And that weather's got up to Scotland, and that's what we're chasing. Flap one, please. Force token, no. That's all our stuff in there. Let's get the weather in and calculate. And we got our V-speeds then, and our trim. 115. Ooh, 135. 115. 115. 135. So it's the first time I've ever had a gap between V1 and V-rotate. That's a reasonable gap. 20 knots, you know, that's good. I like it. Everything seems to be going normal, folks, but you know, when I get over cocky and everything's going fine, you know, things happening. So flaps are 1 / up 0.1 it said, and you'll see I followed the exact format up 0.1. Okay, let's put that in there. Flex to temp 60 degrees. Good. And that's it. Predicted wind shear is to be on, although it's not modeled yet. Neither is the weather radar. Cockpit doors closed. Yeah. And beacon light now. We're going to start the engine. We're going to push back. Let's have a look outside and see who's with us, if anyone's joined us very quickly, folks, before we push back. Oh, there's someone taking off there. I do like that. That pleases me. So we got the traffic on, folks. Got the traffic on. We're in Dublin. They look, they're manoeuvring themselves for 28. Is he manoeuvring for? Yes, he is. He's manoeuvring for 28 there. Which is odd. Oh no, well he took off 16 there, right? So we'll see where he taxis to. Right, okay, so let's clear her up. Do I recognise? There's a red cap. There's a red cap over there on the other side of the hangar on the VF-35. That's it for now. It's quite evening. It's quite evening. After yesterday, people just probably went, oh, he's not on now at 5 o'clock. Every single day, you know, so they're probably not watching now. They're probably a little bit upset. I don't understand why. Okay, so let's get that beacon light on. Up here. Where are you? Okay. Let's get our pushback going. Let's get out of here. We're going to turn. I would imagine we're going to taxi, right? Yeah, we're going to taxi down where that guy is there, roughly. And then, oh, actually, no. Let me just have a look here. Now, we can have a look at the chart. But let's make it interesting for all you. See, he's taking off 28 there. So we're going to have to taxi 16, which is down the other end. We're going to have to come down this taxiway. Oh my. We're going to have to taxi down this taxiway here. Okay. All the way down here. And we can do our checks as we're going once at a time. I don't know why he's taking off 28. I tell you what we will do though, we will check the weather. How about that? Let's have a quick look at the weather. As it says in Microsoft Flight Simulator here. Boom. My flight. Departure. Okay, it's 20th 1600. That was it. It was issued the windows 330 at 8 knots. Bearing 100 degrees to 160 degrees, 10k or more, scattered 600 feet, broken 800 feet, broken 3,400 feet, temperatures 14, 2.13, QNH1002, becoming broken at 1,500 feet. So not so bad. Let's have a look at our old friends up there in Edinburgh. Yeah, okay, it's okay. You know, 20th, issue the 20th at 1550 Zulu, wind is 070 at 9 knots, 5,000 meters, light rain, that's not good enough for me. Broken 6, overcast at 1,000, temperature 12, 2.11, QNH 1005. So yeah, it's not the worst, but the wind here is, as I said, 130, so I suppose, you know, we could take off with a tailwind, you know, but I'd actually rather use 128. But let's try something new today in Dublin Airport, shall we? Okay, let's get this puppy started and let's get pushed back here. Ground services, let's get rid of all the cones and whatnot. GPs, oh, no, no, no! I told you nothing would go right. Have I lost everything? Oh God, I was so foolish. Have we lost everything? Have we? No, we haven't. Yeah, so I broke that one up. What messages do we have here? Smoked font. If no, okay. That's a foolish mistake on my part, I have to admit. Switching everything off like that. Okay, so we were going to get a push back here, but first of all, let's get the APU started. That's at the end. Oh, I missed a whole bloody section to check this, folks. That's why. The barometric reference is already set. Okay, I've done all that. APU master on. APU master on. 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. Boom. Crew oxygen supply. We need that for breathing purposes. Few pumps. Air conditioning. That's fine. Safety belt sign lights are already on, and navigation lights on. Let's put them up to the logo as well. And external power off once the APU is on. And it's not yet. There it is. It's kind of heating up there now. Look. You hear it at the back here? I want to get into Glasgow before it's dark, you know. Let's get our pushback going while that's doing its thing. Tug, connect please. Get rid of. Oh, I can't really connect. Let's put the APU bleed on. Okay. Good. That is running, and now we can switch off the external power. There we go. Now you know I was always nervous switching off that button, just for that reason. Now, connect the truck, please. Doors are gone. Doors are all closed. Doors are all closed. Take a quick swig of oxygen before we go. Obviously that happens so you don't get to do it anymore manually. You know, they used to test it, putting it up to their faces, you know, and taking a swig. Let's take the parking brake off and begin. And let's get engine number 2 on. No. We need the checklist. On, starter on, and then on. One thing at a time. While I'm there, I'm going to put my flaps down for departure. We're going to put the nose to the... we want the nose pointer to the right. Sorry, the other right. Thank you. So this really, I have to think this is where it puts the tail, you know. Because I'm going to taxi down this way here. But I would like to take off with all the others, but... Let's see if we can change that. Will we change our departure? Yes, because I'm learning. Look at the windsock there. Why is it taking off? Look at the... Oh, it's a tailwind. Yeah, so they're going the wrong way. I'm not. I'm fine. You know, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing here, folks. Stop and disconnect and go away, Mr. Tuck. Yes, they are going with the tailwind, but then you can have up to 15 knots tailwind. So, do you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to change the departure. Do you know? Why would I bother? Look, nothing worse than indecisiveness. Brakes are off. Engine starts. Starter back to normal. Engine number 1 first, though. Engine number 1. I'm just doing things manually here, and then I go to the checklist. I put my auto brake on, but it's not going to do it yet because there's no hydraulics. I would imagine. Engine number 2, I can hear spooling up. There it is. There we go. All good. There's the other aircraft coming in the distance there. You can see the lights. Don't know what those guys are doing down there. I really don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that's what happens. Okay, engine number 1 is good. Let's put it back to normal mode. Rudder trim, that's good. We'll be needing that later on. At some point, possibly. Well, let's taxi. Before we taxi, switch on a light here, if I may. There we go. I have this great little key lights around me, so I can turn them down and look at my checklist. Okay, so that is all good. Both engines are on. APU bleed is off and APU master off. Bleed off, master off. Autopilot and start. Let's get the stop trim. The trim. Yeah, you thought I was going to forget, didn't you? No, I'm not. Point 1 up, wasn't it? Let's double check here. Nope. Nope. Right up. Yes. H2 now? I can't see it there with my eyes. I'm pretty sure it was 0.1, but I just like to double check. I'm a little bit paranoid. Up 1. Yeah, that's what I thought. Up 1. 0.1. There we go. Very important. The trim. Paranoia, folks. Paranoia. Right? Yeah. Paranoia is sanity in aviation. Don't let anyone tell you different. Yes, that's what that was. Paranoia in aviation is sanity. A little bit of power. We're going to move forward now. We're going to start taxiing. Why not? Why not put our, when we turn off lights on, our nose light to taxi. Leave those off. And start moving. Let's get out of here before we lose the daylight. You know? Come on, Cooperson. Come on, let's go. We taxi rather fast. Rather fast. Mr. E, greetings. How are you doing? Good evening, Gripper. Hope you and Producer Buttons are both well. Thank you, Mr. E. We are, as you can see, Producer Buttons. I've got the Producer Buttons cam there. We'll switch it around for the controls shortly. We're taking off 1.6 in Dublin. Some are taking off on 2.8 and some are landing on 1.6. So I don't know what the deuce that's all about. You know? I don't know what that's about. Let's make sure I have the correct runway here. I'm going to come to a halt here. I'm going to come to a halt here for that traffic. Oh, it's got the right livery there. What's that? Interesting. Hello? 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 Can you... oh my god. Yeah, you know... let's see if I have a graph up here. No. Not that bear. No, not you either. Navograph, please. Navograph. Let's do this the right way, shall we? Let's start doing this the right way, I say. We're in Dublin. Yep. Taxi. It's this one here, I think. No, it's not telling us where we are on that one. No. Oh, please. It's one of these that will tell us where we are on the taxiways, folks. But there are so many of them. I know when I see it. That's all paperwork now. So there's usually one here that you can actually map where you are. Oh, could not connect to simulator. Really? All just like that. Thank you, SimBrief. So let's do it visually then. God. Let's speed up the camera. There was an update. Every time there's an update, folks. Every time there's an update, something goes out of whack, I swear. Just making sure we are correct. You know? That's why you want to... Because I was right now to check. I was quite right to check. So we just need to go parallel. There we go. We want to get to this point here. So I'm going to go parallel to the taxiway. So we'll take a right turn here. And come up that way. Okay. Set cap. There we go. I was right the first time. Let's go. Come on. Why is this guy working, you know? We don't need him. We don't need him. That's when I switched off the master. By mistake. Which was foolish. So the first officer's screens are screwed, and I would like to use them as well as a backup. Do you know? It'd be kind of important as a backup. The winds in Ireland, as most of the world, is pretty much westerly here. You know, winds coming over the Atlantic, so it's usually 2.8. Let's go with it. I think it's 15 knots you can take off with a tailwind, but SimBrief is SimBrief. But I haven't taxied up this way before, you know, which is kind of interesting. A little bit of funniness going on there. See that? Do you see that? A little bit of funniness going on. Let's get some checks out of the way. Transponder will come on. Probe window heat is auto. Spoilers take off. I've set the spoilers to take off. Flaps are set to take off. Yes, they are. There they are. Anti-ice is fine. Auto brake is already... or is it? No, it's not set. There's the auto brake there, folks. Okay, it's on max now. Nose lights already on. I did that. Runway turn off lights are already on. Parking brake is off. Weather radar. We put the weather radar on now, although it is not working yet. In this aircraft, put it on system 1. Chrono will start. Takeoff config to press. We want our constraints on as well. I'd like to have those, please. Thank you. Also, takeoff memo is in the green. Everything's in the green there. Happy days. Takeoff config. Boom. And we're all happy. Everything's green. Everything's green. Takeoff config normal, and we just get going. I would say for these guys, the hardest part is on the ground, getting out of there. I would absolutely guarantee you, commercial pilots' fight is to get off the ground in time for their slot, and all the and you know, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. I would say that is most of the work, is getting out, and then when you get there, getting back in again. And a lot of paperwork. There's a huge amount of paperwork, I believe. I have met people. I have on the odd occasion met people who don't want to become captains because it's just not worth their while. It's too much hassle. They get too much blame and grief and hassle, you know, and go right to the end of the runway. Okay, signs here quite good. I haven't happily using the runway, if at all I have the choice. So we're all good to go. We got our flaps. All I got to do after takeoff, now one thing I did forget, and one of you spotted this, I know you did, well done, is the transition altitude. Let's get our transition altitude here. Transition 5,000 feet unless directed by ATC. So I'm just going to put it up to 5 for the moment. There we go. We can go roll straight onto the runway now, and all I'll do is put on the runway lights. Transponder. I'm looking down too much now. You see what happens? You see what happens, folks? You see, that's the danger. I'm trying to be slick, but it's just not going to happen. On and on. We've got a transponder now and all that kind of stuff. So we're all good to go. Come on. See, once it stops, you've got to wait for a good while to get that power to overcome the weight of the aircraft in order for it to move forward. That's why you'll hear blasting up and then coming back down again when you're a passenger. There we go, right at the beginning of the runway, just like you should. How cool is that? When we get into Glasgow before the sun sets, it's going to be darker there than it is here, folks. Okay, let's go with 40%. That's stable. And all the way to flex. Flex is set. Airspeed now is alive. Stay on the center line, please. Gripper sim. 80 knots. There we go. We're moving forward nicely. Taking a while. A bit late there. That's okay. Probably very clear up. Pause right clear up. Let's concentrate on our climb. 1,500 feet will take the power back to climb. Oh, I love the weather. Power back to climb. Let's put the autopilot on. Autopilot up. No, not yet. It'll happen. There we go. Very nice. Accelerating now to 160 knots. Usually wait till about 180 now. It depends on the company, but you know. Okay, we're having problems already. Itchy. That was, do you know what that was? My Xbox controller fell on the floor there. And when you're inside the aircraft, it moves the aircraft controls so much that it disconnected the autopilot. The autopilot will disconnect, which makes sense. Flaps coming up. Which will make sense. The autopilot will come off if you make, you know, control movements on the controls. Would that make sense? You know? Let's do that for takeoff checks. Let's have a look outside. Look at that. Aer Lingus livery, folks. Runway is behind us. There we go, there's Dublin there, there's some bay, there is, that's Dublin City there. There's the docks. And the Vivia Stadium underneath the aircraft there now and all that kind of stuff and things. Let's make sure we're still in the aircraft here and the autopilot's still connected. Yeah, there's a 5,000 feet, let's just go up to our 25,000 feet. 25. Yeah. 25. Cleared. 25. Manage mode. Set to standard. Once. Twice. And on the middle one, for shits and giggles, I'm going to put the Q&H in our arrival. Now, some people do different things. They leave the Q&H here for a while. They change it with the zones if they're over England. But I'm just going to put the arrival Q&H is 1004. There we go. We're climbing up. That's all good. Flaps are up, gears up. We can, going past 10,000 feet. Let's go back to the checklist. Okay, here's the flaps are disarmed. There they are. Autopilot is on. The nose light and runway light turn off lights are off. I think I did that already. Yes, I did. And that's off. Off base. That's fine. It's leveling off there for a restriction of flight level 90. So that's what's happening there. I like that. That pleases me. And then it's gone past it and it's going to continue the climb. Isn't that nice? Let's have a look outside and just marvel at the scenery, folks. This real world weather. We're going up past north of Dublin now, up towards Edinburgh, where I'm hoping the weather will just get worse. It's just not bad enough yet, folks, the weather. Let's have a look at the chat there and see if we've got any advice. Okay, so we have a few here on Twitch there. I'm going to go to YouTube now in a sec. E-World's with us. I think wind shear comes after pushing, so the radar doesn't point at the terminal and the people. Yes, you fly them. That's what I think. I'm the Learjet next to you, Gripper, but I'm actually in an F-35B. I know, that's because I don't have the F-35B, I'm afraid, Lonely Reaper. Johnny F-73's with us. He says, not too bad here. I think I just got back in time. Oh, you're chatting amongst yourselves there, okay. Let me just check. I have a feeling we're going past 10,000 feet now, folks. And what happens to 10,000 feet? We put on the switch off the lights. I left the seatbelt signs on because, you know. Oh. That'll be better. So we're 12,000 feet now and climbing. And the lights are off, and that's all good. Let's stop outside again. Oh, you've just got home, Johnny F. and Lonely Reaper. Oh, great. Icebird, he said predictive wind shear is not working. I believe it's not, Icebird. I could be wrong though. He says I had one of the MD-82 last time on my takeoff. Oh, cool. I believe the weather radar isn't implemented yet on the Fenix. You know, that's for certain. There's an update waiting, and I didn't update it just because it would have taken time. Just before I came on. So it could be well be. I don't know. Johnny F, it does make the sim quite interesting with all the bad weather knocking about, at least it does, Johnny F. It's coming thick and fast this winter. We're going to get all the bad weather and it's going to be great. A bit grim in Ireland though. Yeah, you know, and in Scotland, anywhere northern. A little bit grim today, but look. There's no point getting upset. I know some people can't help it. With the dark weather, you get used to it very quickly, and then you like it because you got the fire on and all that kind of stuff. It's nice and cozy, you know. I tend to like the winter as much as the summer. I don't want to be living disliking the winters. You know, half your life in misery. No, thank you. No to bad weather misery. No, I say. Lonely Reaper says we had really heavy rain this morning in Devon, but it's sadly gone sunny now. Yeah, last night I was driving home very late actually, and it was stunning. It was like a show all the way home on the motorway. There was just fork lightning and everything. I loved it. Big heavy showers. They come and go very quickly, and that's been happening today as well. It's fascinating weather. It's fantastic. It's much more exciting than the summer, you got to admit. And will we get a snow this year? Yes, I want snow. I want 6 feet of snow. I want, you know, to have to get a tractor down to the local store to get some goodies. I want adventures. I want snow. I do not, however, want park cuts. No. Weather radar is not predictive wind shear. I kind of know that. I don't know exactly what predictive wind shear is. I have an idea. Like it's going to go wind shear, predictive wind shear or something. But I know they're different systems. I know that much. Maybe you're answering someone else's question. That is on Twitch. Let's go over to YouTube and say hello to everyone on YouTube. In the comments at least. Clappy D's with us. Perpetual Amiga. He was helping me on there. Lion King, welcome. He says, I was told this was a cooking live stream. It is. We're cooking up some training in the Airbus for gripper sim and produce buttons. You know, just I may as well start cooking. I was told this is a cooking live stream. It's cooking. Oh, you mean it's cooking as in hot? It's cool. Good. I just don't have my camera today, Lion King. I just don't have to. It'll be working tomorrow, or maybe the day after, actually. I have producer buttons camera on though, and that's all I have at the moment. And I have this other camera which I didn't switch on. Where is he? This one here, the controls. I need to change my whole setup for you to get a better view of that. I don't like that camera view. Mr. saying good evening, Gripper, and Brian, Blaine FX. We're all heading into Edinburgh, lads. We're on the North European server, folks. We're 21,000 feet now, and I better keep an eye on where we are, because this is going to be a very quick flight. Nope. Yeah. 192 miles. Okay, we have some time to prepare our approach. Top of descent, that's what that magenta line there is, and there's the altitude 23. Was that 1,000 feet? Did I say 23? No, 25. So what's the 20? Oh, it's a restriction. That's what that line was. The restriction, we were there before the restriction to 23,000 feet at road traffic. Okay, great. This is the line I was referring to. See where it says flight level 250? That's what I set, and here, see that line there? That is the time when we'll be up at our altitude that we selected. There is a specific name for this. I don't know. Tilt here is for the weather radar, but you know, it's not US yet. I can't wait to play with it. You know, if I put that down here to -5 or something, maybe here. I have to change there yet, so that's going to be there soon. Let's put the old. Oh, what a pity. It's US. It did. Fucking Monday. I was watching a video about a minimum equipment list. Minimum equipment lists. What can you fly with that isn't working? You know? And my god, it was taking ages. It was taking him ages. It was a video now. I think it was a real Airbus pilot, and my god, there's so much to it, really. This is the money for old rope bit, what I'm doing here. This is easy, you know. Cruise checklist, okay. Check cam, okay, let's get ready for our approach. Enter destination data, right ahead of me there, thank you. So, let's get to init. Oh no, let's go to performance. X-Face. That's fine. Approach. QNH was, what was it? No, that was in Dublin that QNH is set. WQH our arrival is 1004, okay, 1004. So we're going to put 1004 here now just for shits and gigs. It already is, so it's the same. 1004. Temperature in Edinburgh is going to be 11 degrees. Oh, I like it. Dew point 11 and temperature 11. Do you know what that means? That means it's going to be bad weather. I like it. Magnetic wind is, if there's no wind, it's even better. By the way, it's great. Fog. Where's the winds? 060 or 10 knots. Okay, so there's not going to be much fog there. It doesn't say fog here anyway, but you know, if there's no wind now, it'd just be fog because everything would be sitting still. 060 at 10 knots. 060/10 for 10 knots, and Boom. Transition 6,000 feet. Radio. That's 1.6. Okay, so the radio, let's play with that a little bit. What's this? What is this madness? Why? What does that mean? You got a bit of a bump. Oh, interesting. It went above 25,000 feet. That's interesting, is it not? I don't know why I did that, folks. Maybe we got a serious bump. A couple of 100 feet into the air, you know? It could be a weather change in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We'll take it as turbulence. Where was I? Yes, the minimums. Okay. It's been a long time. I haven't started this yet. It's terrible. We're going to go cat. We're going to go cat 1 only. Is it? Straight in landing. Height of the airfield is, just to give me an idea, 243 odd feet. No, 235. Okay, so 250 odd. That makes sense. So I'm going to set our radar for 400. Alright, let's go please. One LNAV. We're not doing LNAV. We're doing cat 1 then. Okay, circle to land. Cat 1. Okay, so 600 and are we class D or C? I'm gonna go with D. I don't know what class we are. Is it C or D? I'm gonna go to 620 feet above. No, actually, sorry. What am I saying? I'm gonna go radio 385 feet. 385. 385 above the ground. That is the actual. It measures in the aircraft exactly how high you are above the ground, not above the sea. Now, if I was only on the Q&H now, on the pressure setting, I'd set 620. But since I have the radio, I'll use it. You know? So that's where I am there. Is anyone... If anyone disagrees, I'm kind of half guessing there. Alright, let me know. Icebird says, yeah, it's probably a weather update. Yeah, probably is. A weather update means things have changed though, folks, doesn't it? You know? Just how far away are we now? 46. Plenty of time. That means this should change, you know? So let's prove that. Let's have a look. I just hit go to our turn and arrival then. Yeah, it's still 1004. The winds haven't changed. 1060 at 9 knots. I think this is turbulence, folks. It's done it again. It's thrown us down 600 feet. Interesting, isn't it? Maybe the winds are just changing a bit, that's all. 004, 060 at 9 knots still. Okay. Well, let's keep an eye here. 240-26. We've got a tailwind here, which is great. Okay, what else we've got? Q&H, temperatures done, winds are done, transition altitude 6,000 feet minimums. I'm going to set, I'm going to start using VATSIM now at some point. There's one or two things I want to do is the go-arounds and the diversions to alts. Not much left to do now, so I can do VATSIM. Let's play with that though while we're on the way if you have some time. I'm going to push the altitude for 3,000 feet. Leave that ready for our descent. Minimums and landing config. Okay, great. Descent will be STU altitude, safety belt signs, IoT ice, parametric reference, and about 10,000 feet landing lights on. I did turn them off. Yes, I did. They are retracted. Yes, they is. I did. I love this. There is a compass. Look, there it is. There's a compass, folks. No lights though. So we do have a compass. Let's have a look outside. Sorry, it's been a while. I'm looking outside. Let's take a break here for a few minutes. So I think I'm getting quite good now. This is the 4th week, folks. So I need to... I just need to... I lost yesterday. and today mostly. It'll happen. It's not stress, panic, you know. I was on, one or two of you maybe, I was playing around, was it yesterday at some point? Or today before, some evening after stream. With the 737, doing circuits. And I found it a lot easier to land. You know, I think this is to be updated. There is an update there. I think. We're over Scotland now, folks. So let's see if they fix that. I know it's kind of a little bit out. But it's still very operationally high fidelity, if that makes sense. Which is the best now at the moment? Is the fly-by-wire or the Fenix? You know? Decelerate. Now, you know the deceleration phase. So how do you decelerate? You know? See, I go to init here and I'd set the cost index to, you know, 10. Do you know? And I know that's not how you should do it. So it's descending there now. Got to do my little calculation thing here. We're 114 miles out now at the minute, so here's what I'm going to do. We're 24,000 feet, right? 35,000 feet. I'm on my calculator here now. So 25 multiplied by 3 is 75, minus 3, which is the ILS, 72 miles, plus 10. Plus 10 is 82 nautical miles out, so I'm going to go with 82 nautical miles out. We're going to start our descent. Let's see how close I get to the computer, okay? 82. So what I did, took my height, multiply that by 3. Okay, so I took 25,000 feet, multiplied that by 3, which is 75. Took away 3 for 3,000 feet, which is our base for the ILS. That was 72. And added 10, which is 82. So at 82 nautical miles out, I would actually start my descent if I didn't have all this fancy gear here. And it's never far off. Let's see what the comments are saying. Let's get some eye candy. Let's get to the bright side of the airplane, which is from behind. Of course, the sun sets in the west. Sun sets in the west and rises in the east. There you go. Let's look at the comments. Donny F says fog. Oh, is it fog in Glasgow? I'll have a look at my real world phone now. A weather update maybe. Yeah, that was from the bumps on YouTube. Brian FX, we're all heading into Edinburgh, lads. Okay, no more comments there. Not many viewers. I'm on the phone now, I'm going to look at the weather in Edinburgh. Let's see how it compares, folks, to the flights and weather. It might be a little, flights it might be a little bit behind, that's fine. Echo Golf Papa Hotel for Edinburgh. It's IA4. Yeah, okay, the weather in Edinburgh now and the real world. So let's have a look in the cockpit and see what the difference is. And I'll tell you the difference between real world weather and what we're getting in the sim. Right, so in the sim, let's refresh there just to be fair. 0609 knots is the wind. That's exact. Issued at 20 at the 20th is 1650. Yes. 6,000 meters visibility. Yes. Light rain. Yes. Broken 500. Yes. Overcast 010. Yes. Dew point 11. Temperature 11. Yes. QNH 104. So there, I was wrong. Flight simulator weather is very, very, very accurate to the real thing. So I just looked it up with the real world weather there on my phone. So it's overcast. It's going to be crappy. And how do I next execute a go route? How far are we out now? 87 miles, folks. It didn't give us a top descent, folks. Did I miss it? I missed it. I missed the top of descent. I didn't see the arrow there before or after. Look, that's where we'll be. We're gonna make it. I didn't see the line, you know. I just didn't see it there, telling me. So 83, 82. Okay, so that's where I descended on my bit. So it's I was descended correctly on my calculations, but it didn't give me the arrow to descend here. Maybe I don't know why that is. It's very orange looking. Would it be like that in the real world up here? Alt L, get rid of my flashlight here. So the next hole in my knowledge, which I have to fix, is the go around procedures for another try, and then off to the alternate. How that's programmed in. Now I believe it is in here, secondary flight plan, and you copy the active and you change that. I think, I don't know, it's telling me more drag. Let's put on a little bit of drag very gently, so not to scare the passengers. Hear the noise coming out. Ooh, that looks evil. That looks like something out of, I don't know, Mordor. What's that program called on TV? You know? You better put your safety belts on, folks, there. Descent checklist. Altitude set, ice, seatbelt sign, good. What's the TAT there? Where's the outside temperature? Okay, alright. Put on some icing. Lots of, I don't know. Oh, we got a fault in the wing ice. Oh no, we don't. Yeah. Oh, look how dark and ominous that is, folks. Barometric reference is going to be 1004. Door 10,000 feet landing line on. 16,000 feet now descending. Are we on profile? We're going to be. We're going to be. I think I take the brakes off now. A little bit more. Yeah, that's full. Got a bing bing there. What's that for? Speed brake's still out. Okay, it doesn't like that. I don't know why. So very gently take it back up again. $14,000 feet, loads of time, easy. So let's put on the train radar for S's and giggles, shits and giggles. Oh, now we're going to be a little bit 25. Oh, that's 25,000, is it? No. Oh, 250 knots that is. So we got to slow down. So I'm putting down the brakes. I don't care what it says, because it's illegal. Let's try and not break the rules, shall we? Let's get the cam up. I know you can't see my hand. There's a wall here, and I want to change my whole setup so you can see what I'm doing with my hand. You know, 'cause it's Can't see. Let's get the producer cams onto the controls. Now we're coming down to 250. We'll get there in plenty of time. I'm going to go below it a little bit if I can. Staying at 250. Is there landing power there? Let's get rid of the brakes. Bad showmanship to be using spoilers, I would believe. You know, you don't want to be. You want to be so ahead of your aircrafts. You don't want to be putting the landing lights on. You don't want to be having to use brakes. You know, it's like some people. They start to use the flaps, brakes. No! You should have control of your airplane. Now, okay, sometimes that's why the speed brakes are there. You know, that's why they're there. But they're there to be used, aren't they? But you know, I love the way the haze you got because we can see nothing in front of us. This might be going around, folks. QNH now, we've been cleared to a flight level, so let's go start at QNH 1004. 004, please. And up to you, please, sir. 4. There we go. A little bit bumpy. A little bit bumpy. Now we're on profile. I like it. We're in speed. Everything's nice and in normal. Let's plan for... Is that lightning? Now, I don't know how to go around. I've got to practice that on my own, you know, so... Now, look, I'll go around, but the whole thing, it's going to be radar vector. So, base approach, climb straight ahead to... I'm going to write this down. Because could you program it in? It's the thing, you know? Climb straight, I'm reading up here. Climb straight ahead to DW 901. Then turn left to DW902, and then to DW903, 3,000 feet, max 200 knots. I'm just writing this down, and then proceed to BATAF to initialize another approach or as directed. So yeah, so Jesus, that frightened me. Someone's flying by. I went, oh my god! I thought that's the ground. I thought. Something has to be. So we're golden at the moment still. Still going. It's gotten very dark now. You see how dark it is now? It's just pitch black. You know, whereas above the clouds, let's speed up my camera. I'm going up in the air here. No. We're still in the clouds, folks. I'm going up as fast as... Oh, there we go. Now we're coming out of the clouds, see? Look, that's what it's like up here. You know? There's the sun down there. So down here. Reset cam. Whoop-de-doo, folks. We is in the doke. So how do I initiate you? Proper go around. Oh, I just do radar vectors. So coming in 06, so I can see it here. I'm gonna come around here, up here, and down here. So it's kind of a base and downwind. So is there a missed approach guide here? 6,700 feet, and we're on profile. Let's have a look at the flight plan here for a moment. 35 knots out. Go around here. Is there one here? No, can I put one in? So I don't know how that's done. I want to find out how that's actually done. There's a little glint of sun up there. So let's you're gonna love it if I have to go around this. I'll be screwed. No, I won't. I'll just do it manually, and I'll just go on manual headings here. Hopefully you see the waypoints here. So what I could do is here put in the waypoints. You know. But I want the constraints on and the waypoints. Did we do that? Right. So yeah, we're all good. Usually at this point when it gets bumpy, you hear all sorts of noises. Lots of bings. You know. When I used to be a nervous flyer back in the day, they do this. There's lots of bing bings, you know, and I know they mean something. It's not a panic. I hear all of this kind of code. Now there is, I can't remember what it is, but you hear all the bing bings. You know, quite a few bing bings here and there, and the stewardesses would be running up and down the aisles. And I'm going, oh Jesus. You know, it's bumpy. And I'm going, oh Jesus. They're only rushing to make sure that there's no boiling water going to fall anywhere. They're trying to get all the shit packed up again. You know, all the food and all the hot water for those tea people. You know, tea people. I've just insulted most of the world now, you know, by saying tea people. But yes, that's all it was. It's really no big deal. Now we're into some sort of sky. This is fantastic, folks, isn't it? It's really cool. Very, just blows your mind, doesn't it? No. And let's see if we go. All right. So what am I thinking? Let's go to approach mode. Let's activate that. Slow us down a little bit. Not a lot, because we're already slow. Let's confirm our frequency. I don't know. 1008.9 and 11. No. That's the wrong one, isn't it? Just that was a wrong one. It's a foolish boy. 06 ILS please. Boom. Go around. Climb straight ahead 3,000 feet to the is direct. Missed approach, climb, comms failure. Climb straight ahead 3,000 feet, then turn left to localize for 4,000 feet. Okay, so we've got manually, we do a circuit, okay? So we've got Mr. Go around if that happens. Transition altitude of 6,000 feet, which is fine, that was the same. More or less. And it's 4,000 feet for the ILS. There we go. Let's make sure that's active there. Let's get the ILS on. Frequency 118.9. 108.9 once and twice. 061 is our approach course. And 061 is our approach course. 061. It's always 1 degree out, I don't know why. That bad. It'll be alright. I was hoping it would be a little worse with regards to the visibility. But there we go. Not very windy. 11 knots at the moment across. So let's see if we're going to be coming in with a tailwind here or a headwind. It looks like to be a headwind of sorts. Into Edinburgh. Newsrack, greetings. Are you sure you're not flying over Mordor? Exactly. That's it. Newsrack on YouTube. That's what I was thinking. 11 miles out now. I'm going to go sterile cockpit when we're 10 miles out. I think you'll all agree that's a good idea. I think you'll all agree that at 10 miles out, grip a sim should stum, because I always screw myself up. And now we're 10 miles out. Okay, hitting we're below the glide slope. Why are we below the glide slope? Why? Why? So that means I have to go around. Sorry, I'm above the glide slope. You know, so let's switch to heading mode. Damn that anyway. We're going to take a right turn here. I'm going to come around. We're going to keep our altitude. We should be entering the ILS below. So we should have entered it much further out. So I know I did it right. Well, I'd only be chasing it now. It's not going to work if you approach the wrong too soon. It's not going to work. So we're going to come down a downwind. Now that may be because I had this to 3, but it should have been in our favour if you know what I mean. You know, that should have been in our favour. So let's head downwind now. And let's try that a little bit further out. So that wasn't going to work. So I wonder what if it was something I did there. Can't see a thing outside, folks. A few lights. Be very wary. Let's touch the QNH again. It's 1004. 1004, 11 and 11. So this point here, it says 4,000 feet. And we were 10 miles out. Let's have a look at that again. Could be me. Could be one of those where... Yeah, no, look. 12... D12 here, it's saying, and let's make sure we're the right one. We're in Edinburgh, yeah, 06 ILS. And we should have approached, you know, from 12 miles out, we should have been coming in always below the glide slope. Because we were up here. That's no good, because we won't get down in time. So, there's something odd there. It's got the Cat 3, no. 3A, it does have Cat 3. Okay, let's try Cat 3 landing this time, folks. How about that, right? Cat 3. Cat 3 it's going to be. Can't see a thing. There's a voice following us. Of course, it won't show your tags, boys. This is very annoying. Shows some tags miles away, but not the people close in. So we're coming downwind here. We're going to come a good bit out. We're going to get down. There's the glide slope here. Look. Now we're good, right? So we're going to come out to about here, and then we're going to turn in, and we're going to activate approach phase. So I don't know why that was, but that's not good. It's no big deal. Let's gently turn in here so we don't have to do a massive turn on final. Actually, right there. All will be good. No. I don't think it would have been wise doing a hold there. But could have been done. Let's say we're diverted here. Oh, enable alternate. Interesting. Now, as far as I'm aware, that just gives you the if you go to alternate, that's very handy. It just gives you a straight line, so you got to program in all the airways and stuff, I believe. I don't know. I don't know if that's even implemented yet. Well, that's kind of an important thing, isn't it? Let's turn in now so we don't have such a steep turn. Coming down and final again, folks. .9 miles out. Oops, what got that out? The battery die. Okay, so here we go. Here comes the glide slope already, and we're 16 miles out, folks. I'm going to activate approach phase now. That's a bit bizarre. Am I reading the right plate or what? So approach is activated. Let's see how it handles this. No, it's not doing nothing. No. No, I know why. Damn it. Damn it. Turn in, you absolute ape. Didn't activate approach mode. Going down to 3. It's going to kick in. Is it going to kick in? 13 miles out. Doesn't look like it's going to kick in, folks. Ain't doing it. We should be turning right. Going to make a turn right. There we go. Now back to approach mode. Please kick in now, Mr. Airplane. Approach mode on. Approach mode on. This is a very interesting approach. As in, it's not quite working as I would like. It seems to be trying to turn now. It's got the glide slope. It's having difficulty getting the. I'm very close to taking over manually. I've done a better job of this manually. Now 2.5 feet, 1,000 feet above the ground. Get on! Don't make me go around again. There we go. Now it's doing what it's supposed to do. Jesus, I'm after hitting the throttle. Do that. Gears coming down. The other side of the airport yet. Okay, and that's looking better. Okay, let's get my camera set up here. I'm going to go to manual. Oh, I said we'd do Cat 3, didn't I? Damn it, autopilot 1 and 2 on. Come on, 2 the... I won't turn on. The second one won't turn on. For some reason. Second autopilot won't turn on. And... have we got a Cat 3B? Cat 3, why won't it activate the autopilot? All you gotta do is activate the second autopilot, look. No? Oh, it's busted! It's busted because the first officer side's screwed. Right? So, there you go, folks. I'm going to take it in manually then. There you go. That's autopilot off. I'm going manual. Yeah, I know. Let's get to 500 feet a minute now.
1,000.
Where's the wind coming from? I'm dead ahead. Can't see anything yet. I'm not looking. I'm looking in here. I'm looking in here. I don't care about anything else. Oops. It's gonna want to nose up now. Oh, it's nosing down. What the hell is that? Roll flaps now. Big disturbances in the aircraft. Flaps coming down. We're on it. I'm not looking out. Less is more. Think about it before you move the controls. I'm not looking out. Getting too low. Back to 800 feet a minute. That'll fix it. Oh. Been too high. Got some rain. Don't worry, we'll fix that. I want 1,000 feet a minute, not 1,100. 1,000, please. Get on the runway. On that center line.
100 above.
Everything's good so far. I'm happy with this. Get on this puppy, so.
Minimum.
Continue. Let's not go too low. That's what always happens here. It's very washy. My inputs are very delayed. Like seriously delayed. Yeah, I got power. Disconnected the throttle because it keeps the power. You see, it add a lot of power. That drives me mad. So I'd like to get the touchdown markers. Let's go for instead a nice smooth landing.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Oh my god, what is going on with this thing? Wow. Now the rudders are at it.
Definitely touchdown.
The rudders are off. What is going on with these rudders, folks? What in mother of God is going on with these rudders? It's not that windy. Not too happy about that. Oh, I didn't put it on the replay. Dang. Let's get off the runway here. There's someone in front of us. Yeah, you know, I don't know. It's not like the flaps up. And parking brake on, and let's get some lights on here. So there is certainly something wrong with the rudders. The delay is huge with even a little bit of wind. The delay in control is huge. I know they're going to fix it. I might do a stream one day with the circuits. Do you know? What do you think of that? You know, just circuits over and over again, because we are learning. That should be in taxi. They are off. We need to get rid of the thing here. So, not armed. And let's go to the checklist. So that was a tricky one. I find this aircraft very, very, very difficult to land, more so than ever before. Usually my landings are quite good, you know. Usually I kind of have it. It's one of my defining features, but not in this model. I'm not complaining, but it's tricky, I will give you that much. Flaps retract, flaps are up. TCAS off. Transpond or standby. Transpond to standby. Venture have done that. Nose lights on, landing light is off. Spoilers are retracted. APU master on, APU and anti-isolate taxi. So we can see if we can get taxi to a gate here. Now I think I'm very tempted to download some scenery when I get a chance for these airports, because this is my area of the world, you know. And I like this area of the world because the weather's quite poor, you know. Let's get some taxi instructions here and see. Right. Exit gates. Let's write that down. So, taxi to gate 3 via taxiway Charlie Alpha Foxtrot Echo Cafe. You know? Yes, I acknowledge your transition. I acknowledge. Okay, taxi to gate 3 via Charlie Alpha Foxtrot Echo. Which way do I go, right or left? You know, there's Charlie, but it's a right or left. You know, now I have listed that's it, and they'll say, oh, okay, yeah, I see you there now. Taxi right to Charlie, and then off you go. So I'm going to put on my baby wheels for a little bit. Baby wheels coming on. And it's a right turn. Okay, let's get to the gates. Come on. They're off. Let's see if we can start follow the signage now, because this isn't a custom scenery. It may well not give us the proper gates. I don't know. So there is Alpha there. We're on Alpha now. Right, so that says Alpha. Foxtrot is to the left, so we're going straight down here. Oh yeah, we're going to the left, because that's Foxtrot down there. So we're going to the left, and I am correct. Good. Good, good, good. No more signs? No? No, I would not have known to turn right here. Okay, I can tell you that much. So it's just you're probably saying here in the comments, yeah, but Gripper Sim, you know, it's the standard scenery. You know, they may not have all the signs. No, they have some of them now. There's Alpha, so I'm on Alpha. Oh, I'm still on Alpha. Where's that for the other taxiway? Foxtrot is to the left, and then Echo is to the left, isn't it? It's raining here, folks. We can put on the wipers. Yeah. Sorry, but it's just not going to do it for me. No way am I listening to that sound for any length of time. Not a hope. So folks, hopefully tomorrow I'll have some new stuff. The holes are easy. The holes are absolutely completely easy. See, there's no lighting around here. You see my little box there? There's no lighting there. I can't see that without that box on, you see? So let's get in here. See if we can get the gate connected. I'm sorry we don't have a replay, folks. That's my fault. There we go. No guy with the sticks. Where's the guy with the sticks? You're probably saying, why don't you get GNS? Well, no, because I ain't uploading every airport. Every time I go on, I have to update stuff. I can't afford that time, you know. Until they get that sorted out, I'll get it, you know. If they get that sorted out, I'll be more than happy to do it. There we go, that'll do. So I'm going to put the parker brake on. And we're going to get the gates. Let the peeps off. We can do it from here, actually. Go to ground services. Give me the ground power unit, please. Give me the chocks. And get me the gate, please. There we go. Throttle the gate. Very nice. Thank you, folks, for flying Gripper Sim. Yeah. It's getting easier for me, I can tell you that much. It's almost money for old rope now at this point. They need to be. I sorted that out. I should have behaved differently there. I don't know what happened to that approach. It just put us in, you know, as I said, I was expecting to be below the glide slope way out, but we were above it. So I don't know what happened there, whether it's a sim or what. So like 12 miles out, and I was, you know, we were much further out. Or am I talking nonsense here somehow? Now the next thing I have to do is to figure out the go-rounds and all that kind of stuff. Now I know it's going to be radar vectors, but I think that's it. The go-round isn't the problem for me, as you can see, okay? But the one thing I want to work out on one of the next streams is when we're flying. Let's say I go to flight plan here. Okay, it's cancelled or all out. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know it would do that. Is it the flight plan, Scott? We could go to secondary flight plan and select or alternate. Did I see that? Yeah, so in our flight plan you can actually select the position and then go to alternate. So I'll figure that out. That's going to be easy. So there you go, folks. So thank you very much. Sorry the camera isn't working, face cam, but producer buttons this time has been incredibly well behaved, you know, because you can't get to the cables, folks. So there you go, 1 hour 45 minutes. Thank you all, folks, for watching. I'll be on tomorrow night, 5 o'clock Irish time in the evening. Neurasax says, what are the controls like with the TM Warthog joystick instead of the yoke? Oh yeah, the Thrustmaster Warthog. It's great for DCS World. I got it initially for Elite Dangerous, you know, back in the day. but I have used it with the DCS ducks. We're going to go back to the DCS World thing, and it's great for that, you know. It's great for that. It's the luxury to have it, I grant you. What are the controls like with the TV and water joystick instead of the... Oh, instead of the yoke. Fine. It's fine instead of the yoke. The only thing with the Hot S, you'll need a pair of rudder pedals. So if you want a joystick, Nur Sarak, right? If you want a joystick just for everything that's cheap and simple, just get a simple joystick with a twisty grip for your rudder pedals, you know? But what's it like for the Airbus? Oh, I see. It's fine. It's great. It's very good. I think, you know, it's if you've got the Thrustmaster, it's brilliant for the Airbus, because I've flown it with the Airbus. You know, you don't have to have the actual Airbus stick. You know, I think it's great for the Airbus. I have no qualms whatsoever. You know, I think it's very good. The only thing I would say is maybe it's a little bit high. You know, just no, I'm getting fussy. No, it's got everything it needs. It's got trim, it's got all the switches, it's got radio buttons, and yeah, I think it's pretty good. Track. I could not complain. I could not complain. It's a great luxury to have, that one. And also, having said that, you know what? A 20 quid, 50 quid joystick, 50 quid joystick is just as good as a Warthog. I have to tell you that much right now. I got it because it's a cool military, you know, all the buttons and switches on it. But it is good. I guarantee you that. So there you go, folks. I will thank you very much. Sorry I haven't got the face cam on, but that'll happen in a few days. And we're in Edinburgh here. The weather will get worse. Let's see if we can see anyone. There's the Aer Lingus livery there with the tail lighting up. Let's see if we can see the boys here at last. Just to there's Red Cap. I got some now. Red Cap, PJR, Lonely Reaper, and someone popped in there and it's gone again. Very annoying, isn't it? Very annoying. I might get some of these airports paid for on board. It's just very expensive at the moment. Sorry if I've missed some of you. It's just not coming in with the tags. So I think I need to start upgrading my airports. So folks, thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow if you're around and about at 5 o'clock Irish time in the evening. And until then, I wish you adieu. That's a thumbs up, by the way. There you go. I can't believe I had. See you folks. Bye bye. Ciao ciao.